The plot begins with Prince Philip, who presented Queen Elizabeth II with a corgi puppy named Rex. Queen Elizabeth has always had a thing for corgis, so she gladly accepts Rex into the family, despite the fact that she already has 3: the stern Nelson, the fussy Lady Margaret, and the goody two-shoes Charlie. While Queen Elizabeth was infatuated with Rex, her life swiftly devolved into a one-man puppy show. It didn't take long for the other corgis to feel excluded because Rex receives all of the attention. Even Prince Philip is uneasy with the new company, which Rex frequently spends sleeping with in their bed. As the days pass into months, one cannot help but notice Rex's particular treatment in comparison to the others, until the day Rex is declared the Queen's top dog, which is celebrated by the entire kingdom. Buckingham Palace will be visited by President Donald Trump and his wife Melania once. Mitzi, their darling dog, who is also a corgi, is with them. It turns out that the president is seeking for a mate for their dog, but is concerned that finding the appropriate canine would be difficult. Queen Elizabeth proposes that one of her corgis may be a good match for Mitzi, thinking that it will help develop a good friendship between the two nations. Mitzi is promptly taken to Rex, who is not thrilled with the possibility of becoming friends with Mitzi. Later that night, Rex is getting ready for a night with Mitzi, while Queen Elizabeth and the president dine with a few key individuals. To establish the mood, the president switches on a love tune on the radio, while Queen Elizabeth dims the lights. Mitzi seizes Rex, but he flees every time he gets. Mitzi takes some ropes and tape as Rex pulls him closer to her. Mitzi pursues Rex as he runs through a secret door. When she entered the room, she was taken aback by the amount of Rex products, which Rex was hiding behind. Rex puts a box over Mitzi and escapes to the door when she identifies him as a statue. Afraid she will ultimately escape, Rex climbs on top of the box to put some weight on it before leading Mitzi straight to the door, where he takes the handle and opens it. She then throws him down the stairs, landing within the server plate rather than the roast chicken that will be served for supper. Rex leaps to his feet, and they open the container and hide behind the table. Mitzi is not far behind and is pursuing him. As Prince Philip pushes Rex at the president vomits the meal right at Queen Elizabeth, who is perplexed. The president discloses that Rex has bitten him, and he and his wife leave Buckingham Palace dissatisfied. Rex tries to warm up to the Queen, but she refuses and sends him to his bed. Afraid that he will no longer be the top dog, Rex tells Charlie about how he messed up during dinner, causing the president to cancel their visit and return to America. He is dissatisfied with himself and believes he is a disgrace to the royal family, so he considers fleeing. When Rex is at a loss on where to go, Charlie proposes heading to the Pope's residence in Vatican City. They left right away and snuck away at night. Charlie had the idea of smearing their feet in jelly to walk on walls while a soldier stood guard. They crept beneath the table with another soldier, protecting the front entrance when the soldier almost dropped this vase as he peered behind him. To avoid damaging an expensive vase, the guard requested assistance from his superior. As they arrived outdoors, Rex had cold feet and attempted to flee, but Charlie persisted with their plan. Charlie persuades Rex to remove his collar as they approach the maze garden. The final obstacle is a wall, which Charlie guides them to via a hole in the wall. They were still seeing palace guards when they went outdoors, so they attempted to cross the street inside a traffic sign. Charlie and Rex are at St. James Park when a vehicle almost hits them following a near-death encounter on the road. Rex notices some strange noises and wonders if the place is haunted. Charlie clarifies that those are most likely the park's geese. A couple of geese chased them out of nowhere, and they ended up at the park's bridge. Rex is reconsidering his choice to go and want to return to the palace when Charlie abruptly pushes him off the bridge, declaring that there is no longer any way back. Charlie claims that he was supposed to be top dog until Rex took it away from him. Charlie appears from nowhere with a stone block at the ice where Rex fell into the frigid waters. Rex subsequently discovers that Charlie has betrayed him because he is jealous of his position as top dog. Rex fights to stay upright after his foot becomes entangled in a wheel, and he is pulled beneath, but not before Sanjay observes him from a distance. After a brief dosage of immune boosters, Rex awakens at the dog shelter where Sanjay works. He is then sent to the dog jail since he lacks a collar or a dog chip. Rex, who is still in denial about his condition, swears that the Queen will come for him, which first alienates him from the other dogs. Later, he meets his other cellmate, the chatty but pleasant Jack, as well as the indifferent and asleep Chief. Jack promptly familiarizes Rex with the shelter's so-called house regulations. The dog's carer finds Rex is gone the next day and alerts the Queen while searching Buckingham Castle for Rex. Charlie summons the Queen, who discovers a sausage and ketchup strewn all over the yard and concludes that Rex has been slain by foxes, leaving just his collar remaining. Later, at Rex's burial, Charlie gives his greatest performance. The Queen felt horrible for him and elevated him to the position of top dog, believing he was Rex's greatest buddy. Meanwhile, at the shelter, Jack tries to reassure an anxious Rex by suggesting that he be rehomed during their monthly public viewing, where people come in expecting to adopt. Rex believes he does not want to be rehomed because he wants to go back to the palace. As people arrive at the shelter, Jack transforms into a new dog, hoping to overplease the humans into adopting him. When Rex sees a pink bonnet over the window and believes it is the Queen, he eagerly awaits her when it turns out to be a man smartly dressed. Jack was being patted and was on his way to being adopted when he abruptly peed and chased the man away. Later that night, the shelter's carer is making his rounds and collecting the dog's bowls when a chihuahua sneaks about, which Rex observes. As Jack tries to inquire who it is, he misidentifies it as Bernard, one of the country's greatest acting dogs, or Al, the top sniffing dog at Heathrow Airport, until both are abandoned by their owners. The Chihuahua frees everyone from their prisons and transports them to the Fight Club. Rex questions why they stay, since it is so easy to get out of their cells, but Jack replies that the shelter is preferable to be stuck outside during the winter. Tyson, a pit bull terrier who was a previous fighting dog before being impounded, now hosts the usual Fight Club, during which they see a bout between Boxer, a boxer dog, and Rebel, a Doberman cross. Wanda, the Wonderful Wanderer, will provide some pre-fight entertainment before the much-anticipated clash. Rex is soon enamored with Wanda, whom Jack warns him not to date because she is Tyson's girl. Rex didn't get any sleep the next day because he couldn't stop thinking about Wanda. At breakfast, Rex rushes up to Wanda and tries to court her when Tyson appears and attempts to beat him up. Wanda rescued him, alleging that Rex was insane. As the caretaker went outdoors for some fresh air, he tripped on the ice and broke his mug. Wanda identifies Rex as the Queen's top dog from the Shattered Cup and seeks to win him back, thinking it would be her ticket out of the shelter. Rex was affected by Wanda's comments, so he sang her puppy love in front of the others. When Tyson saw that, he determined Rex would be in the Fight Club later that night. Concerned that he will lose to Boxer at the Fight Club, Rex's pals assist him in preparing for the battle. Considering the failure of their training, Jack reasoned that their plan B would be to examine the structure of their combat and utilize it to his advantage while executing a run-and-hide strategy. Later at the Fight Club, Rex is compelled to participate, but when Wanda cheers for him, Tyson decides to take Boxer's place and beat him up. When the conflict begins, Rex flees and attempts to escape via an open window, but fails. This time, he attempted to flee through the furnace's pipes, but Tyson was close after. Rex chooses to take refuge in one of the pipes. As Boxer opens the boiler to blow Rex out of the pipe, and Tyson is about to toss Rex into the boiler, Wanda switches the switch off and closes the boiler, leaving everyone in complete darkness. As the shelter's carer went to retrieve the switch, he discovered the dogs had escaped from their cages. Tyson warned Wanda for getting in the way of his battle with Rex. After their fight, Jack suggests that they both be rehomed the next day so Tyson can't find them. Then Rex speaks out, attempting to rally everyone to oppose him but failing. Later that day, a child arrives with his mother and is immediately captivated by Rex, so they decide to take him back with them. Rex escaped and returned to the shelter just as Wanda was being beaten by Tyson for her treason. Tyson casually brushes aside Rex's attempts to stand up to him while the other dogs stand up for Rex, preparing for a beatdown. Even the chief stood up and spoke up for the first time in a long time, much to everyone's surprise. Tyson hit Chief, who punched back and knocked Tyson out. With Tyson gone, Rex and Wanda flee the shelter, but everyone else stays, claiming that the shelter is still preferable than being outside in the cold. Rex and Wanda attempted to enter Buckingham Palace through the front gates, but were turned away by soldiers who didn't recognize Rex because the hole in the wall had already been covered. Wanda got an idea and dashed towards St. James Park. As Wanda summons the other dogs from the shelter, Rex discovers why they don't know him. They assumed he had died after the Queen staged a funeral for him. Meanwhile, Charlie's dominance has gotten the best of him, and he abuses Nelson and Margaret, forcing them to address him as "my lord," or "my liege." Rex and Wanda sneak inside as the shelter dogs entertain the guards with their carols. When the guards noticed them, the shelter dogs raced inside and drew them into the maze garden, while Rex and Wanda followed. Rex confronts Charlie about his treachery, which he attempts to avoid. He then convinces Wanda into unlocking the cupboard in the room. As she unlocks the cabinet, Rex and Wanda get engulfed with mounds and piles of Rex stuff that Prince Philip had hidden away. Charlie then lights it on fire and walks calmly to the royal room, where Queen Elizabeth will award him with the golden collar as top dog. Rex rescues Wanda from the rubble and places her on a bed attached to balloons, with the doors blocked and smoke filling the room. He then sends her up the chimney while grabbing a couple balloons himself to escape. Wanda summons the shelter dogs for assistance, fearing that Rex is trapped in the burning chamber. Chief smashes the door, but Wanda can't find Rex, so they put out the fire. Wanda, Al, and Bernard grab the fire extinguishers as Chief and Jack grab the water hose. They discover Rex in the chimney after putting out the fire. As Wanda leaves to prevent Charlie from becoming top dog, she snatches the golden collar and leads the Queen and the others to the chamber where they discover Rex alive. Rex believes he doesn't want to be top dog since he loves his relationship with Wanda more than the title, so he gives it back to Charlie. Rex is reunited with Queen Elizabeth, to whom he presents Wanda and the other characters. After saying that love works in unexpected ways, Queen Elizabeth announces that she would also adopt the others. Charlie has eventually whisked away in a bridal vehicle to marry the president's niece and relocate to America, while Rex lives in the palace with his buddies. This is the end of the narrative.